Good afternoon, everyone. In this video, I'm going to revise the central ideas and details quiz we took last week. I will go through the questions one by one. I'm starting with this question. Based on the text, what can be concluded about the diminishing popularity of portraits? Okay, so the popularity of portraits are diminishing. Okay, so diminish means decreases. Okay, of portraits in the 19th century. Of course, we have four choices and we need to map the text to get the main ideas of every single sentence. Okay, a common assumption among art historians is that it's a common assumption, so they share an assumption. What is this assumption? The assumption is that photography, okay, displaced portrait. So according to the assumption, photography is responsible for the diminishing the popularity of the portraits. لأن بيقول لي هنا الفوتوغرافي displaced portraits. خدت مكان portraits. يبقى it seems in the common assumption photography is responsible for the diminishing popularity of portraits. Okay, that's the idea at the very beginning, the diminishing popularity of the portrait. تمام, which coincide with the rise of photography. لأن حصل في نفس الوقت at the same time seems to support this claim. يبقى الكليم إن الفوتوغرافي اللي هي ظهرت at the same time أو of the diminishing popularity of portraits, يبقى أكيد الفوتوغرافي is responsible for the diminishing popularity of photography, diminishing popularity of portraits. اوكي, جالي هنا بقى ايه يا جماعه؟ في ترانزيشن هو بيقول لي however. طب هو ايه اللي قبل however بيقول لي الفوتوغرافي is responsible و however shows a contrast. يبقى without reading اكيد اللي بعد photography هيقول لي اللي بعد however هيقول لي ان photography is not responsible لان هي however shows a contrast relationship. قبل however قال لي photography هي المسؤوله ان البورتريتس البوبولاريتي بتاعتها قلت، وبما ان however shows a contrast relationship يبقى اللي بعد however photography مش مسؤوله. اهو let's check. Photography's impact on the portraits may be overstated. يعني ده exaggerated. ليه بقى يا جماعه؟ Although records from art exhibitions in the Netherlands from مش عارف to show the decrease in مش عارف this trend اللي هو ال diminishing popularity ده was established before the invention of photography. Before the invention of photography الترند بتاع ال diminishing الترند بتاع ال diminishing popularity of portraits حصل قبل ال invention of photography. يبقى photography is not responsible. عشان كده the right answer is A. Factors other than photography may be more responsible for the portrait the popularity decline. ليه يا جماعة؟ اهو الانسر لان ال popularity was already diminishing even before the invention of photography. يبقى photography is not responsible. يبقى في factors تانية هي اللي responsible for the diminishing popularity of portraits. طبعا the other choices بيقول لي although portrait miniatures became less common ماشي ممكن تبقى less common than photographs they were widely regarded as having more artistic merit. Did the text discuss any merits? No. They didn't discuss what is better than what. No artistic merits were discussed in the text. Here, the popularity of portrait persisted for longer than. Was it mentioned? It's not mentioned. This is clueless. طبعا I'm so sorry, credits to the college board for the material. As demand for portrait miniatures decreased, portraits artists likely shifted their focus to photography. يا جماعة, did he mention إن الارtists shifted from to? طبعا ده it's not supported by the text, يبقى it's wrong. Let's move to question number 2. What's the main idea of the text? Let's check the text. Believing that living in an impractical space. يا جماعة, adjectives are very important. الكي word اهي. Living in an impractical space can heighten awareness and improve health. This is positive. يبقى these are the positive effects of living in an impractical space. في artist ده وده بدأوا يديزاين apartment buildings to be more fanciful than functional. ما هو more fanciful than يعني هي fancy مش functional, معناها ان هي ايه impractical. تمام. بدأ هنا يشرح بقى الكيتشن مش عارف كذا وبلا بلا بلا. المهم في الاخر after 4 years دي بقى الريزلت of living and the design in an impractical apartment. ايه اللي حصل لما عاشوا في impractical apartment؟ ايه هي الريزلتس؟ قالوا ان هم فيلم ميكر مش عارف reported ايوه significant health benefits. يبقى ايه هي الكورليشن اللي انا طلعتها يا جماعه؟ practical space or house. If you live in an impractical space, you can gain a health benefits. يبقى the tone here is positive. Okay, let's go through the choices. A. Although inhabiting a home surrounded by fanciful features. حلو قوي. Fanciful features يعني زي impractical such as مش عارف كذا can be مش عارف كذا. It is unsustainable. This is negative يا جماعة. So I will eliminate this. It is the fancy house is unsustainable. Is this the main idea? المين idea بتقول إن living in an impractical space ليه positive effects اللي هي significant health benefits. أنا في اللي choice أختار إن هو unsustainable negative. No. Okay. B. Designing disorienting space. حلو قوي يعني impractical is the most effective way to create physically stimulating environment. It may work. Leave it. ما دي حاجة positive اهو. As a filmmaker, Yamakwa has supported the design of ماشي. Is it the main idea? I'm not quite sure because I need to show the results اللي هي health benefits. No health benefits. Nothing. Although impractical, the design of the apartment by those may improve the well-being and of the building residents. الله. طيب هنا عندي well-being وهنا عندي physical stimulating environment. مين اللي شبه health benefits? What matches health benefits more? Physical stimulating environment or well-being? لا, هي well-being. Well-being بتساوي significant health benefits. Let's move to the next question. According to the text, this is it's not the main idea, it's a detail. asking about a specific detail, asking about the reason why ecologists worried about Pando, why they are worried. So while reading the text, you need to put that and keep remembering that you are searching for the why, searching for the reason. Ecologists are worried about that whatever, Pando. I don't know what it is, but we will go through the text. Yora is home to Pando. مديني هنا comma and a non-essential phrase, but it seems it's very important because that's a clarification or identification or introduction of what a pando is. A pando, a colony of about, yes, they are trees. Okay, and they all share a single root system. Okay, why are they worried? It's not stated until now. Pando is one of the largest single organism by mass on Earth. Still, no reason why ecologists are worried. It starts here. They are worried that its graph is declining. The graph is declining because this is the reason بقى. Because of grazing animals. Yes, this is the reason. No growth, The growth is declining because of the grazing animals. Let's move to the choices. Its root. حتى آخر sentence يا جماعة, sorry, the ecologists say that strong fences could prevent deer from eating young trees. يعني that's a solution. هيعملوا fences so the deer will not reach and eat the young trees. يبقى فعلا ان الانيمالز هم البروبلم. عشان كده the solution by making a fence. طيب, the root can't support many more trees. It's not supported in the text. It can't grow in new areas because it's blocked by fences. ايه ده الفences هو السولوشن اصلا. And new areas not supported. It isn't producing young trees anymore. I believe this is the opposite. هو, first of all, it's not the reason. The reason, he said why. Why they are worried? Because it can't grow because of the animals. And if the animals, sorry, it isn't producing young trees anymore. ولا it isn't growing at the same rate. They may be confusing, but when I say it isn't producing young anymore, this is opposite to the text. Why opposite to the text? Because the text said, the last sentence, إن الدير, إن ecologist suggested making fences to prevent deer from eating young trees. يبقى هي already produce young trees. But this is wrong. It isn't growing at the same rate because of, طبعا growing, we can match growing to the graph declining. Growing to the graph is declining. تاني, it isn't producing young trees anymore. لا, it produces. It produces young زي ما قال هنا. عشان كده بيقولوا احنا هنعمل فنس عشان يمنع الدير ان هي تاكل ال young trees. So it's already producing young trees. Okay, we want the main idea of the text. Biologists have predicted that birds' feather structure, the feather, vary with temperature. So this is their prediction, that feathers of birds vary with the temperature. But this hadn't been tested in mountain environments, so they want to test the prediction. Ornithologists plus studied feathers from to 49 songbird species. Songbird species inhabiting different elevations. يبقى different elevations, so different temperatures in the Himalaya mountains. So they want to test this prediction. هل فعلا ان الفيذر شكله بيتغير مع تغير درجات الحرارة؟ That's why they studied the songbird species inhabiting different elevations. يعني ايه different elevations؟ لو في high altitude و low altitude يبقى في high temperature وفي lower temperature، يعني في different temperatures. هل بقى different temperatures دي هتأفكت الفيذر structure ولا لا؟ هما البريدكشن بيقولوا ان ان التمبرتشر بتأفكت. That's why الفيذر structure بيختلف باختلاف التمبرتشر. فهم they tested this prediction على songbird species فين؟ في الهيمالايا. لقوا ايه بقى يا جماعه؟ دي بقى الريزلتس. يا ترى الريزلتس بقى هنا هتماتش البريدكشن ولا لا؟ تعالوا نشوف. He found that feathers of high elevations have greater warming sections than low elevations. يبقى هم different ولا مش different؟ different. وحتى هنا بيقول لي ايه كمان في الهاي elevations هي longer و thicker. يبقى الهاي elevations معناها low temperature، وده بيخلي الفيذرز longer و thicker. طب what's the relationship between the first sentence وال last sentence؟ هل الريزلتس يا جماعة supported the prediction ولا challenged the prediction؟ هي supported the prediction، لأن البريدكشن بيقول إن الفيذرز بتتغيروا شكلهم بيتغير مع درجات الحرارة. فعلا تحت لما درسوا السونج بيرد سبيسيز لقوا ان اللي في الهاي اليفيشنز الفيذرز بتاعهم longer thicker. يبقى هنا الريزلتس supported the prediction. طيب تعالوا كده نشوف التشويسز. ها Barf's investigation shows that some species يا جماعة of the Himalayan songbirds هم did he specify يا جماعة some species of the Himalayan songbirds؟ maybe، لأن هو بيقول لي 249 songbirds have evolved feathers كويس that better regulate body temperature صح than do feathers of other species. Did he mention other species؟ I don't think so. طب هنا بيقول لي contradicting the previous prediction. يا جماعة هو ده contradict ولا support؟ it doesn't contradict، ده support. البريدكشن بيقول ان الفيذر بيتغير مع التمبريتشر، شكله بيتغير مع التمبريتشر، وده اللي حصل هنا. قال ان الحاجات اللي في الهاي اليفيشنز الفيذرز بتاعتهم longer وثيكر. يبقى الريزلتس يا جماعه هنا مش بتكونتراديكت البريدكشن، it supports the prediction. ال right answer I think it's B. Okay, here is the correlation or the association between temperature and what? And feather structure among Himalayan songbirds. Lending no support مش contradiction to a general prediction. This is the prediction and this is the support because they vary. Okay, for C, complicating the hypothesis. It's not complicating the hypothesis, it supported the prediction. It's the same thing here. D, challenging an established belief. It was not a belief, it was a prediction, and the results didn't challenge the prediction. On the contrary, it supported the prediction at the beginning of the text. Last question of the quiz. What does the text indicate about geological formation at mistaken point? At mistaken point. Okay. Paleontologists searching for signs of ancient life have found many fossils of prehistoric human ancestors, including several from the مش عارف ايه era discovered in a geological, that's the place, geological formation in the Minetagawa Quarry in Japan. This is the place. I still need to get to another place, which is the mistaken point. Here it's in Japan, Minetagawa Quarry in Japan, and they studied there the fossils. Here is a contrast relationship. في comparison هنا يا جماعة. To study earliest, be careful because it's a little bit confusing. So the fossils, specimens of human ancestors كانت فين؟ Minetagawa, Japan. However, to study the emergence of multicellular organisms, researchers must turn somewhere else. اللي هو مين؟ Mistaken point in Japan. So the mistaken point in Japan to study the emergence of the earliest يبقى here mistaken point to study the earliest multi-cellular organisms to appear on Earth. طبعا لقوا 10,000 fossils and together document a critical moment in evolutionary history. طيب يبقى mistaken point it holds a great number of fossils. ماشي, this can work, but from a smaller variety of species. Do we have a clue for this? This is clueless. B, it has provided evidence that the earliest human. Okay, just one question. What did they study in the mistaken point? Human species? No. It was what? The multicellular organisms, not the human species. He didn't say that. السبيسيز كانت فوق in Minetagawa Quarry in Japan. لكن when they wanted to study the earliest multicellular organisms, راحوا mistaken point in Japan. So they went to mistaken point in Japan not for human species, but for the multicellular organisms. So I will eliminate B. Here, it's widely considered to be the most valuable. Okay, this is very extreme. It's clueless and extreme. Clueless and extreme. There is no clue in here. The most valuable source of information. It's not mentioned. The place ده for the prehistoric human fossils to find and study fossilized specimens of human ancestors. And the other place earlier, but to study the multicellular organisms to appear. There were no comparisons in terms of what is more valuable than what, or what is the most valuable source of information. The right answer is D. It contains specimens from an older time than those found in the Minetagawa. Yes, because he said earliest. The mistaken, he said earliest than the Minetagawa, so the right answer is D.